friends, it's me, Absinthe. I'm here. I'm doing my first reading on this channel. This will be a general collective reading. It will be short. I'm gonna do 3 of the cards from Fenestra deck, which I love very much, and I will be doing a few cards from Black Moon. I pre-shuffled and everything because I have some loud kids here. My kids are very loud, so I don't want them to go crazy coming in here at random times. So if you hear noise, that's why. Okay, so we're gonna get started. I have to be both cameraman and reader here. Okay, so let's see. Actually, I'll do a little bit of sound. Set the stage. Let us see our first card. We can do this for the next 1 or 2 weeks, maybe. Let's see where this goes. Okay, our first card is the Judgment. Let me adjust this here. It was in the reversed, so we have reversed energy. As you can see, this could be a card of redemption. That's what I first see here. And when it's in the reversed, it means like procrastination, resistance towards something new. This card here has Plutonian energies, so yeah, you have delays due to the past experiences that you have. You might still be stuck on them. You might fear change. You know, we're in a time where things are very uncertain. So yes, not only you, but the collective would feel that way. There's definitely a lot of stuff in the air. Alright, and you might judge yourself too harshly. Other people might be taking credit for your work. You might allow others to step all over you. With the number 20, which is the Judgment, I will count that as the moon, because 2 in numerology is moon energy also. And October 29th is the next full moon, so I would definitely watch out for that date, and after that date going towards November, to see when the energies are fully activated. You have to believe in yourself. Examine how you talk to yourself. You know, your self-esteem, your affirmations. Examine any feelings of guilt, and take a more positive attitude towards life. You know, because that would help you manifest greater success. Pluto was conjunct in with Jupiter in Capricorn this year, on November 20th. It will go conjunct again on November 12th, so I would also watch out for that. Energies may be more prevalent during those times, and you may see yourself meandering between you trying to feel good about yourself and you going dipping back, you know. You might have a feeling of foreboding, and yeah, just watch out for that full moon and that conjunction that's coming up, because that's going to determine when the energies will fully take place. Okay, so let's see the next card. We have the Magician, you can see there, and you see on the card that he has all 4 elements. So that's air, earth, fire, and water at his disposal, excuse me, and he is the great manifester, and that is the energy that is being projected into the collective. This is a time of, I feel, Wheel of Fortune. You know, you have everything at your grasp, and you're able to take a step into a brand new beginning. You know, everything rises from the ashes, right? The phoenix, and you're able to, with that number 1, the sun, right? Which in numerology, number 1 is the sun. Magician is the first card after the Fool, but it's the number 1 card, right? You're able to manifest success in whatever you're doing. So you can go do something right now that you love, and it will manifest into success, you good favorable results. What you speak into the air, you manifest. And also we have Mercury as the energies being present in that card. Magician is Mercury. So I was looking into astrology again, and Mercury will be retrograde again from October 14th to November 3rd. But I say, if you follow Gregorian calendar, there's like 10 days in the year that's totally not in existence. So like, we're technically past the 14th right now of October. So I feel like maybe you might feel those energies being activated right now, and like you might be experiencing technical difficulties, like, you know, with electronics and things. You might not be able to deal with them and stuff like that. Like, they may be going out on you, short circuiting and stuff like that, because I've definitely experienced that. Even while recording this, like, just setting up everything is just it's crazy. So yeah, so the Magician card, you know, is as above so below. So yeah, whatever you're thinking mentally on the mental plane is going to manifest in the physical plane. You have that power, you have everything at your disposal, right? So it also means seeds or beginnings of new prospects, new projects, and you have the power for you to do it. You just gotta believe in yourself, you know. And I think, as illustrated even with the Judgment card, it ties in. You have to believe in yourself. If you don't, no one's gonna be at your corner. You gotta be your best cheerleader, you know. So it's time to take the first step, you know. Plan, you know, at the same time, but be confident, be bold, and take action, because that's going to help you in the long run. Alright? Yes. If you hear flipping, you know, I take notes from time to time, and yeah, to kind of help me bolster, because I'm really like, I draw blanks when I'm like talking in front of people and stuff. So yeah, let me see, what do we have here? We have Temperance. Let's see. As you can see here, he's holding 2 cups. And he's balancing energies back and forth, opposing energies. So I see this as like, hold on, let me do this. I see this as like a card of like diplomacy. Like, you have to be patient, and you have to make opposites attract and like blend and meld with each other, you know. So to harmonize in conflict, management, leadership. I'm thinking maybe some of you have like a job in management, and maybe conflict resolution, or like human resources and stuff like that. And also it's a card of moderation, you know, which means to balance, to take responsibility. Yeah, basically repairing a relationship. So maybe there is a conflict in a relationship, you know, or partnership of some kind, and you're working to repair that. You know, maybe you have differences of opinion, opposing purposes, you know, and you can use your talents in order to resolve that conflict resolution. Also, this card represents the energies of Sagittarius, which points more towards November, which I had talked about before. That conjunction is going to happen on the Pluto conjunction in November. So maybe you will have to deal with something out then, you know, but you should prepare now. Okay? Let's see what else we have here. Yes. The Temperance card is 14, and 1 plus 4 is 5, right? And in numerology, the number 5 represents Mercury as well. So yeah, you want to draw upon that kind of energy, you know, that diplomatic energy, you know, but like still watch for it, because like Mercury is going retrograde very soon. So just take advantage of it now. You know, if you don't see yourself having problems with it now, you know, just get everything done before, you know, that retrograde happens. Okay. And I wanted to do some special cards here, because to I wanted to elaborate. Let's see, I also pre-shuffle those. So here we have the Grand Cross from the Black Moon. Let's see. Stick that right there. And basically a Grand Cross or a Cosmic Cross is like a crisis, or like a whole bunch of obstacles in astrology, where 4 planets kind of are in competition with one another, and they form 4 squares. So it's a period of intense transformation, a path that has a bunch of obstacles. I also see it as a changing of seasons, you know, so the 4 seasons, the 4 directions, Ezekiel's wheel, the man, the lion, the eagle, and the bull, which is also in Wheel of Fortune. So like a period of tumult and change, you know, and that might make you feel uneasy. But you also, like with the Magician card, you have access to the four elements. They're at your disposal, even if they're at cross purposes with each other. You can use temperance in order to kind of blend them together in order to see through your project, your partnerships, or whatever obstacle you're going through in your life, you know, whatever challenges. And you have every tool at your disposal. You just have to take that first step and believe in yourself, you know. So you could use the four elements to blaze forth a new path. Painful processes bring growth. It's like the Dark Night of Soul-ish, you know, right now. So you can definitely bring change. There is light at the end of the tunnel. You may feel like there are like booby traps in your life right now, like little things, you know, beset you. You may have little inconveniences, you know, like maybe your printer is not working, you know, or maybe you plan to go to work that day, but your kid gets sick, you know, and then you have to go pick them up, and then you can't go to work that day, you know, or something like that, for example, you know, and you feel like, oh my god, I can't get anything done. But it's all about how your perspective, you know. Yeah, you feel like everything's in your way. You feel like a hamster in a wheel. You keep turning and turning and not getting anywhere, you know. And it could also be like you're overthinking. You want to be, everything has to be perfect, and you feel like you have analysis paralysis. Yeah, this is kind of like the Nine of Wands here. So yeah, you may feel a bit overwhelmed and overworked. So you have to kind of have to take a step back and gain a different perspective. Okay? It may also be that on a spiritual path, you may be embarking on initiation. So you may really be feeling like the heat is coming on now. Like, oh my god, now I'm being tested. You know, am I going to remain on this path? Am I going to turn straw into gold? You know, you may be asking yourself these things. Okay, if there's a break in this video, it's because it ended. So I had to start over. This camera has like a preset recording thing. I don't know how to change it. So let's see our next card. Our next card is a South Node. Karmic debt. Let's stick that right here. Yeah, so South Node represents the dragon's tail, or also Ketu in Vedic astrology. And it represents the dragon's tail, or everything that we have done in a past life that we already know too much about, you know, and it's kind of like we fall back into that rut, you know, so then we don't want to do the new thing, you know. And it's like, yeah, I'm comfortable here. I'm gonna be the frog in the water, and I'm gonna let the water boil, and then things, you know, you're dead. So yeah, it represents growing through pain, you know, like the other cards here, you know, like the Grand Cross, like most of the cards here, you know, it all ties together. It's holistic, you know. So it's telling you, yeah, there's gonna be pain, but this is a turning point now, you know. It may be the end of something, you know, but it's also the beginning of something new. It's that phoenix rising from the ashes. You need to not worry yourself. You need to jump, you know. But at the same time, don't jump without a plan. Draw upon your past experiences, you know, and learn from them. Do not repeat the same mistakes, because if you're repeating the same mistakes and expecting something different to happen, you know, then what they call that, insanity. You don't want insanity. You don't want chaos. You want to be stable, right? You want to be successful. And you want to have a plan. Yeah, so something's about to end that has been in place for a really long time. It's something that you're so used to, you know, that you don't want to let go. But there's a dead end, you know, either to the job or whatever, or to a relationship, or a way of life, you know, and you have to figure out what steps are you going to take, you know. So you have to move forward and get on the right path, because you know when you're going the wrong way you're ghost riding all the cars and stuff, and they're gonna hit you and you're gonna end up messed up. So you don't really want that. Like, you're gonna be progressing, you know. You don't want to be in stagnation. No one wants to do that. Let's grab the next card. We have the earth. Oops. Earth element stability. Put that right here. Okay. And earth elements means to be grounded, you know, and gather all the necessary resources. We're coming to winter now, you know, like, you know, before the winter comes, you know, the squirrels gather their nuts, the bears, you know, gather their resources in order to hibernate. You know, everything gets put in the storehouse before the winter comes, so you're not without lack. I mean, you're not lacking, you're without lack. So it means you need to be firm within yourself, you need to be grounded, you know, and be responsible. Rely on yourself, you know. As far as that is beneficial to you, you know. But at the same time, don't be stubborn, you know. Rely on others when it is convenient and when it's proper. Like, don't overdo it, because then you might fall back into your self node. A self node, you know, is you're not balanced, you know. You rely on community when it's time to rely on community, and you rely on you when it's time to rely on you. Don't be an island leader. So basically here it says, if you have rose-colored glasses, take them off and see things as they really are. See things as realistic and practical. Draw upon your past, gain the experience, the wisdom necessary, learn your lessons, you know, and be practical. So in whichever event, because this is collective, you know, so within like the past week or 2 weeks, you know, things may have happened, or things are culminating, they're about to happen. You know, you have to take a step back, introspect upon those experiences, and then get a game plan, you know, like they do in football. Get a game plan and make that path forward, you know. That's what the universe is telling you. Yeah, you may have to be in a test at this time, you know. Things that are happening are going to be set in stone, basically. Like, there is no going back, you know, and you will need to prove yourself that, you know what, I mean business, you know. So people don't step on you. People don't take the credit from you, right? At the same time, don't rush into things. Like I said, take time to meditate. Think about everything that has happened, you know, and be steady. Slow and steady wins the race. Keep on working. Ace of Pentacles. This represents the same as Ace of Pentacles, this Earth card. It's a new seed, you know. is you need to do the work. Okay, and we're gonna have our last card here. Okay. The 7th house. So close. Sorry, I keep having to adjust here. I'm my only cameraman here. Partnerships. Now we'll stick that right here. Okay. So what I thought about, what I'm thinking about here is codependency. No, don't be codependent, but at the same time, you want to be balanced. I think this season is gonna be a season about you. Emotional bindings, karmic debts, partnerships, other people in small settings. Maybe you work in a place where you work with people in small settings. Maybe you work with families. Maybe you teach or something, and you're doing this blended learning thing, where you work with small groups. You have to be diplomatic. You have to manage. You have to figure out different ways to pivot, and adapt to this new environment, right? Yes, so this is very Libran energy. 7th house. You want to look at the planets that are present in your 7th house. To see if you have any significant planets there. If you have K2 there, the South Node there, because that's something, that's really important. If you have any aspects there, if it has to do with the Grand Cross, maybe you have a Grand Cross that has to do with the 7th house, or you have significant planets in Libra. You have to look at your chart, because that colors things much more like differently. Like the hues are better, and then you're able to gain better insight as to what's happening in your life personally. This is also like open enemies, so maybe at work or whatever, you might have a rival or something, or competition. This is also, the 7th house is also the house of partnerships, like, one-to-one partnerships, or like business partnerships. This might be court. The Justice card is also correlated with this house, so maybe you might have a court case, but being that this and being the earth element card and everything, might be a long time before you see results. Maybe a stalemate, kind of situation, and it brings a lot of frustrations to you, and you have to be very careful what you say. You have to be diplomatic, and you have to manage your resources and balance things correctly, because it's kind of like walking on eggshells almost, but you can do it. But it's a test for you right now. You're going through a big test in life. So with all of this, I say, the universe is saying to have positivity, to have positive energy, and if you do all of that and you just realize your lessons, things will be beneficial for you. Alright, so I really hope you enjoyed this short collective reading. Yeah, I'm a bit shaky because like I've never done public readings before. I've only done like some readings here and there. Like I've dabbled in it, one-to-one. But right now I'm not really doing like paid personal readings or anything, because like I have too much on my plate right now. This was just like I had to tell the kids, be quiet, go in the room and like do your thing and don't bother me, because I have to do this right now, so yeah, before we go, let me just do a little bit of singing bowl here and kind of close off the energies. Thank you so much for coming to my humble abode. And I hope you have a wonderful day. And I hope to see you again soon. If you like this reading, you can hit me up with a like or a comment. If you want to hear more from me, you can subscribe. You already know where all those buttons are. I'm sure people have like beat you to death telling you to like and subscribe everywhere. So yeah. Anyway, I hope you have a great week and have a wonderful day. Bye.